Alrighty guys, it's that time now to talk about the best movie of the three, being the Kingsman of this year, is what I like to say, without it being one of the more fun movies, and that is Deadpool. And I didn't have a Deadpool hat, sadly, so I had to go with this one, which actually still kind of works though. I mean, it's a rooster, it's a tease, like roosters are known to be called cocks sometimes, that's the mouth, so you won't forget, it's just a Deadpool humor. So, with that being said, I'm going to here to tell you though, if you have not seen Deadpool though, go see it. It's actually pretty funny, pretty good, very entertaining. It's all these things. It's a great comedy, it's a great action movie, it's a great romance. Holy crap, The Choice just came out a couple weeks ago. That movie has some very hefty competition because, good lord, this movie is actually a pretty damn good romance movie. So it's all these things and they all work very well actually. It's a great, it's almost as if it wants to be a parody of superhero movies, and it does kind of, but also does not too much, but a little, but it's also its own thing. And it just works very well. So the plot is Wade Wilson's a mercenary who falls in love with a girl named Vanessa. Well, unfortunately he gets terminal cancer, sadly. And that's not a good thing for the love of his life, because he's afraid of losing her, or her losing him. So he gets asked to find the Seth MacFarlane-looking dude in a suit, who tells him about a secret experimental program that could cure his cancer. So of course he'll take it, if it means curing his cancer. Unfortunately, though, he gets turned to Deadpool instead. I can't go into too much detail because it would be kind of spoiler-ish. In all honesty, by the way the movie plays out, it would be kind of a spoiler in a way. So all I'm going to say is, the person who's in charge of this program is Ajax and his assistant Angel Dust, who pretty much turn him into Deadpool. They do horrible things to him, he pretty much turns into Deadpool. While it kind of cures his cancer, he just turns into Deadpool. So, after he escapes, more or less, he now is on a revenge streak to get revenge on Ajax, and hopefully to find a cure for him, for what they did to him, all of his horrible skin and what was underneath his mask. Now, with all that being said though, how does this movie play out though, when it comes to its humor? Because it seems like the origin segments are very serious, and it is. The origin segments, while pretty funny, are pretty serious also. Maybe a little too serious in some ways for a Deadpool movie. Because here's how they play it out. I'm going to tell you right now, right from the beginning, he's Deadpool. They don't start from the origin to Deadpool. No, he's Deadpool right from the beginning, and he has flashbacks. And he even says he breaks the fourth wall all the time throughout the whole movie. He straight out knows he's in a movie. And it's pretty funny, actually. The humor in this movie is very funny. It's smartly written. The humor, I laughed so much during this movie. It's very funny. And it works very well, too. The chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and his girlfriend, Vanessa, is excellent. It's actually pretty good. And like I said, the romance is not only well written, but it's a very good romance movie. It's probably some of the best romance I've seen in a superhero movie. Any of them. And, in your face, Nicholas Sparks, seriously, you can't write a good romance movie for anything, but this movie manages to make a damn good romance movie. I mean, that's the perfect Valentine's Day movie to watch now. I mean, Valentine's Day is over, but still, hey, it still works. But the action is also a lot of fun. It's a very fun movie to watch. The action, while it doesn't go too extreme with the action, there's nothing about the film that makes it feel like it's so R-rated or hard R or anything like that. It's definitely an R-rated film, so don't take your kids to see it. Don't. It's not a kid's movie. But it's not a hard R. It doesn't really do anything that pushes the R rating or anything like that. It's kind of maintain just a regular R-rated film. So don't expect anything too extreme when it comes to anything that's R-rated, for its humor, the violence, or anything like that. Hell, but to be honest, I think the violence in Dread was a little bit more violent than this, or more gory than this film is. But there's still plenty of gore. The effects are actually pretty good, actually. Like I said, the effects are pretty good. The action is very fun, entertaining to watch. The choreography is also pretty impressive. It's, like I said, it's very well written. It's very funny. How they handle the origin segment, I thought was excellent. Like, I know it's kind of serious in the origin segments. It's a bit more serious than it is when he's Deadpool. But it kind of makes sense. It kind of does. Like, he still has this sense of humor in a way, but he doesn't really break the fourth wall. And then he's kind of like, it's as if it's like he's in a legit movie and Deadpool's watching that movie of himself almost. It's kind of weird to describe. So it's a little bit more, maybe a little too serious at times. But in all honesty, though, it worked for me. Like, I bought it. I was so into it that I was okay with it being a bit more serious than it is to the rest of the film. Because everything else worked excellent, in my opinion. I know the one gripe that people are saying is the villain sucks. And I will admit, they could have done a bit more with Ajax, and especially Angel Dust. I will admit, Angel Dust is barely used in this movie, which kind of sucks, because she was kind of awesome for when they did use her in the movie. So that kind of sucks. They didn't use her as much as they could have. But for what they used for her, she still was fine. They could have done a bit more than her just kind of just making snarky faces and stuff like that. And just being a tough lady and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, they could have done that a little bit better, I guess. And Ajax, in all honesty, I thought was fine. Like, granted, they could have given a bit more for him to do. Like, maybe give him a legit reason for really hating Deadpool, other than just he finds him annoying. But that's pretty much it. He just finds him really annoying. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, I don't really see a huge reason for why Ajax has a huge thing against Deadpool. Other than just Deadpool wasn't dead. That's pretty much it. So they could have done a bit more with Ajax, but in all honesty, though, they didn't bother me. Like, I've seen way worse villains. Like, the villain, the Dark Elf from Thor 2, that was, without doubt, in my opinion, the worst Marvel movie I've seen up to date. Like, literally, he was zero-dimensional. That villain was horrible. He was just a terrible villain. Oh, boy, that was a horrible villain. So, in all honesty, I can't really think of major gripes in this movie other than just the villains could have been maybe a little bit better. But aside from that, I thought everything else was great. I thought the chemistry between all the characters are great. I thought the humor is very well written. The action is a lot of fun to watch. And I thought they handled the origin segments pretty well, actually. There's a pretty good Stan Lee cameo in the movie. There's a post-credit scene everyone should stay for. It's actually very funny. So I suggest you stay after the post-credits and see for yourself. It's a very funny scene. And even the X-Men cameos well, not cameos, but the X-Men characters that pop into the film, Colossus and Teenage Warhead, are actually also very good. I thought they handled those extremely well. Like, there's a scene... the only thing I will spoil, kind of, is there's a scene where Deadpool will try to fight Colossus. It's without a doubt the funniest scene I've ever seen in my freaking life, honestly. I was just if I was not in the theater, I would be on the ground just rolling on the ground in laughter, because it was so funny. The whole audience was with me, too. That's the thing. The audience thought this was a very funny movie as well, so I was able to actually, for once, laugh with the audience at a comedy, because it seems like lately, when comedies, the audience would be laughing. I've been sitting there just kind of like, this is stupid. But Deadpool actually managed to make me laugh with the audience, because this is a very funny movie. I can't stop laughing at this movie. And the reason I'm not going into too much detail about the movie as much as the other movies is because this is such a very good movie. Everyone should see it, in my opinion. It's definitely an R-rated film. It is. So don't take your kids to see it. Don't. It's not for kids. But it's a film that I think will have something for everyone. It's very funny. It's very entertaining. It's very romantic, actually. It's all handled so well that it's a must-see. I highly recommend you see this movie now. If you haven't seen it yet, if you're like me, you haven't seen it yet, like I had to wait a week later to see it, but if you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Just go see it right now, okay? Go see it. It's an excellent movie. I highly recommend it. And in all honesty, I want the sequel, like right now. Like seriously, get that sequel on right now, so I can get it as soon as possible. Is all I can say. So yeah, and also bring what's the character's name again? Oh boy, I can't remember the character. You know what? I don't know why I brought it up because I can't remember his name already. There's a character that's popular in Deadpool. I can't remember his name already, and I heard he's supposed to be in the next one. So I'd definitely be excited for that. Can't believe I can't remember his name. Anyways, with that being said, though, I will say this: Icebird Reviews is telling you to go see Deadpool. It's a must-see. So with that being said, this is Icebird Reviews saying so long, guys.